So a pretty big reason why everybody was completely shocked that Luka Doncic got traded away from the Dallas Mavericks is because he is so young. Luka just turned 26 years old and has another decade in the NBA. And I thought a fun video idea would be to finish out Luka Doncic's career with the LA Lakers. He can sign a new extension this offseason. That is still up for debate if it's going to happen, but I'd say the odds are in the Lakers' favor, and we are going to do a rest of Luka Doncic's career LA Lakers rebuild. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a 10-year, 15-year Lakers rebuild, but it's going to be a long one for you guys. And I'm sorry, Mavericks fans, that I'm going to have to put you through this, but we are going to try to see if we can get a LeBron ring before he retires. 2K has him as a power forward now, which is interesting. I at least have 2 more years of LeBron. If he does retire at the end of this year, I will override the retirement. Austin Reeves has been one of the best guards in the NBA over the last few weeks. His playmaking has gone up a level. Rui Hachimura has definitely had his moments. Vandy's been kind of like a nice enforcer for this team. Delta Connect, yeah, maybe they wish they did make that trade. We could revisit the Mark Williams trade idea this offseason because the Lakers lack bigs, and that's something we're going to have to add. We're also going to have injuries on, so I think that's going to be an interesting wrinkle over this 10-plus year rebuild because Luka is now 26 years old. He just turned 26, so I guarantee he's going to play at least till 36, so at the minimum, this is going to be a 10-year rebuild. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP at the end of the year. Yves Missi is your Rookie of the Year for the New Orleans Pelicans. A little bit of a shocker, I would say. Naz Reid, 6th Man of the Year. He's going to be a free agent. Could we try to get him LA or to LA? That would be a fun idea, but I think we need like a true enforcing big. And LeBron does end up on All-NBA first team. I'm not sure when you guys are seeing this video compared to when I'm recording it, but I think that last spot is up for grabs. As long as Giannis hit 65 games, he's a lock with Tatum, Jokic, and Shea. I don't know why 2K doesn't want to put Tatum on All-NBA first team. And LeBron could end up on All-NBA first team at age 40. He's going to be competing with like Ant, Brunson, Donovan Mitchell for that last spot. But the fact that he's there is just insane. And then Luka won't be here because he's not playing 65 games this year. And we did finish as the 4th seed. And look who finished as the 5th seed, the Dallas Mavericks. How funny is that? So we are at full strength going here into the playoffs. I think this is a very intriguing round 1 matchup because, you know what? I think the Mavericks have a little bit better of an advantage just because of how big they can play and how many good defenders they have on their team. The Lakers can score a ton of points, and we are going to have to operate a little bit smaller. It's going to be Luka and Reeves in the backcourt, Finney-Smith and LeBron at the forward spots. Jackson Hayes is going to have to play a decent amount of minutes. I'm debating throwing Vanderbilt in there as well. I think they're both going to get 24 minutes. Gabe Vincent can get around 14 minutes. We can go 27 to Hachimura. I'm asking 40-year-old LeBron to play 35 minutes a night. Luka's going to get 35 minutes a night, and I need to get Austin Reeves some more minutes, so I don't think Shane Milton is cracking the rotation. Yep, I think that's what we're going to go with, and I don't know if Bronny James is going to be on this team much longer after LeBron retires. So let's go actually 37 to Luka, 36 to Reeves. Game number 1 against the Mavericks, we end up winning 143-138. It looks like Anthony Davis is healthy. Same with Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford. And I think the Mavericks could win it all if they're at full strength. But, you know, all these games, AD is out. They're just not getting that chemistry going with him and Kyrie. I think they'll gel and like there'll be synergy there very quickly. But, you know what? It's just not going to help them out right now. As LeBron, as a 40-year-old, drops 50 points. Luka hits 16 free throws. They combined for 82 actually, and we are up 3-0. Dalton Connect, bruised left knee. He could play through it. We do lose game number 4 by 17. Luka has 40, 15, and 9 in this one. Game 5, we do end up winning it. So a good old gentleman sweep. Luka Doncic with a 50-point triple-double. He had 8 offensive rebounds in this game. Okay. And we are going to advance to take on... Damn, we lose Dorian Finney-Smith. So we are going to play Rui Moore, and we are going to be taking on... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I was going to say the Thunder. The Thunder just blew a 3-1 lead against the Clippers. Game 1, won by 1. Game 2, they won by 1. Game 3, lost by 16. They won by 16 in Game 4. And then lose by 20, lose by 3, lose by 12. And it's a battle of LA here in round number 2. We finally get it. We never got it in the Paul George, Anthony Davis era in Los Angeles, but we are going to get it here with Luka and James Harden as Delta Connect is fully healthy. And we lose game 1. I mean, that Clippers defense is amazing. Game 2, we also lose. Okay, come on. If we beat the Mavericks in 5 and we get so lucky to take on the Clippers, not the Thunder, we got to take advantage of this opportunity. Cam Reddish is in the lineup with the injury to Dorian Finney-Smith. Not anymore, though. And let's see what happens here in game number 3. We do win. Okay, so I guess... I mean, the Clippers, they don't share arena anymore with the Lakers. Luka has a 50-point triple-double. And they have their own arena, the Intuit Dome now. So I wonder if there would be more Lakers fans. I feel like there would be probably more Lakers fans flocking to the Intuit Dome as we end up beating them by 7 in game 4. It's a brand new series. And Cam Reddish, okay, he's not even in the rotation anymore. We lose by 15 in game 5. Norman Powell drops 35. We do force a game 7. We win 125, 123. LeBron with 32. Luka with 30. And we lose game 7. Damn. All right. Well, we lost by 11. Oh my God. We got outscored 45 to 18 in that third quarter. We outscored them by 18 in the fourth to still lose by 11. Luka and LeBron did all they could. Austin Reeves had a disappointing playoff run. That's something we're going to have to revisit next year. And I feel like it's always like a Knicks Timberwolves finals in year number 1 or some version of that. And I guess that's just not happening because the Clippers swept Minnesota. Was Ant hurt or somebody hurt? I don't know. It looks like Ant at least played game number 4. Are the Clippers about to win it all? In 20, oh my God, they almost did. But the Knicks win it all. They won in 7. Jalen Brunson is your finals MVP. Wow. Yeah, shout out to the Clippers, man. What a playoff run for them. Maybe they're the talk of the town now in LA. All right, so let's head here into the offseason. Oh, we're going to get LeBron for at least 2 more years, which is great because he does not retire this year, which means next year, if he does retire, I can override it. So, I mean, LeBron playing at this level, I'm okay bringing him back. If he or his play started to drop off, maybe I wouldn't want him back, but right now I am perfectly fine with it. And we do not own our first round pick this year. That is going to go to the Atlanta Hawks at 25 from the Anthony Davis trade. So they gave up that Dyson Daniels pick back in the 2022 draft. That was pretty much like the worst pick they had to give up in the trade for the Lakers' sake. Like giving up the 25th pick here all these years later. And this is the final asset, I believe, from that deal. You are okay with that. So we don't have too much draft capital, but like I'm very happy that we have JJ Redick as the head coach for this team. But yeah, like we don't have too much draft capital because of the Russell Westbrook salary dump and from the Luka Doncic trade. But you know I'm going to try to get a first round pick in this draft because I want to add at least a cost controllable asset that can hopefully be a good role player around Luka. And we are here at the 2025 NBA draft. If we want to take a look here, we can look at the mocks. Like later in the draft, I mean, if I can get like a Colin Murray Boyles, that could be great. A Janai Broome, Alex Caravan, a Ben Seraph, Danny Wolf could also be interesting ads. So do we have a nice second? No, we don't own any seconds in general. So how could I get a first round pick? I mean, Dalton Connect could be that like asset there, but I don't think I can get a first round pick from like the Hornets for him and Mark Williams. Like we could try to do a Dalton Connect for Mark Williams trade at some point here, but I don't think I'm going to move Connect right now. I mean, I would like to hold on to Hashimura just because I could see some regression incoming for Dorian Finney-Smith. We do have the bad like Maxi Kleber 1-year deal. Can Gabe Vincent net me a first round pick? Probably not. Maybe I'm not going to be able to get a first round pick unless I'm willing to part ways with Jared Vanderbilt, which I also don't want to do right now. All right, so I'm not able to get a first round pick for Gabe Vincent, but I do think I can get 2 second round picks here at 42 and 43 from the Wizards. So I'm not going to get that 4-year rookie deal for some of these guys, but we are going to get at least 2 top 45 picks in the draft. As Cooper Flagg is going to be a Utah Jazz for this video. Ace Bailey, another scoring wing. Okay, goes to Orlando. I would have taken Dylan Harper if I were them. The 76ers at number 3 get Dylan Harper, so they have Harper, Maxey, and McCain. And the Rockets, via the Phoenix Suns pick at number 4, they add Trey Johnson. I probably would have added VJ Edgecombe. He goes number 5 to Washington. A great pick by them. All right, so I ended up taking a Duke Hero here out of Arkansas with the 42nd pick, and Johan Beringer out of France here with the 43rd pick. A little bit more of a raw prospect there, and Adu is definitely more NBA ready. I think they were probably the best available for us at that time. LeBron opts out, but we are going to get him under a new extension. Dorian Finney-Smith opts in, which I think is good for us. So we could try to work an extension out with him. I'm going to give Christian Koloko. Actually, I'm going to give all 3 of these guys the qualifying offers who have shown at least Jamison and Goodwin flashes with the Lakers this year. LeBron, thankfully, does not have a real offer out there. If I just did 1 year, $50 million, or I don't know if it would actually go down next year. So let's do 1 year, $50 million. I think that's going to be the only realistic deal. So we should be able to get LeBron back. And if I offered the Hornets Dalton Connect for Mark Williams, would they do that straight up? They would not. What about if I throw in a future first round pick, similar to what the deal was going to be at the deadline? I don't really want to throw in a swap in this deal. They say no. I think the last person, I'll throw in Shake Milton, who apparently is well liked by the Charlotte Hornets, and that got the deal done. So I'm sorry, Dalton Connect. You are now a Charlotte Hornet. We get Mark Williams. I'm going to definitely try to add another veteran center, especially with injuries on in free agency. We got Vanderbilt, Rui, Finney-Smith. LeBron's going to come back. I like this team. And we are going to sign Gary Payton. We had to outbid the Clippers. I was going to give him the minimum. I didn't realize Gary Payton's only 6'2". Thought he was like a little bit taller than that. But we are going to sign Gary Payton, a good wing defender. I wanted to go after Trey Jones, but I think he ended up getting signed. So I'm going to offer Markel Fultz a minimum contract as well. We sign Fultz and we get Marvin Bagley. We get Jordan Goodwin, Koloko, and Jamison back on the qualifying offers. We may have to release some players in free agency, but I'm trying to win it every year with Luka. under contract. So Luka goes down a little bit. LeBron goes down. I mean, he's 40 years old. Are you surprised? I'm excited about Mark Williams, our big center addition this offseason. We're mainly running most of this core back. All right, so Luka wants to test the open market. Don't play with me, Luka. We are going to do everything we can to bring him back. We could work out an extension with Rui Hachimura, which I'm going to. I want to try to get him below market value. So I'm going to go, I think, give him a fair price for what he's worth, 3 years. I'm going to give him about $45 million on that new extension. There we go. Austin Reeves, we can work out a new extension worth. I think Austin Reeves would get about $20 million a year. So let's lock him up as well. Let's go $88 million over 20. Can I do a fourth year? I can't. So it's going to be over 3 years. I don't know if that means he opts into his player option. It does not. So this is going to be the final year of that deal. Then he's going to go up about $9 million moving forward. And I feel like Finney-Smith would get more than this in real life, but I'm not going to overpay for Dorian Finney-Smith. So I'm going to give him a 1-year deal. So at least he's not going to be a free agent after next year. And I do need to release 2 players before the season starts. I know one of them is definitely going to be Maxi Kleber. I just do not have a spot for him in the rotation. $11 million, but it is an expiring deal. And I think I'm debating if it's going to be, I think it's going to be Trey Jameson. Unfortunately, he's not going to be part of the 2026 squad. All right, so I do worry about the bench scoring unit, which could allow us, or I guess make us put Rui Hachimura off the bench and start Dorian Finney-Smith. But right now, it's going to be Luka and Reeves in the backcourt. We got Rui Hachimura at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and Mark Williams at the 5, with Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt, Marvin Bagley, Adu Thiero, and Gary Payton all coming off the bench. I don't think Bellinger is going to be ready yet to get notable minutes, but if Marvin Bagley is not playing well, we could definitely get Bellinger in there. So the first 2 games on the road against the Jazz and the Nuggets, we start off the year 1-1. LeBron drops 29, Luka 28-12. Very fun opening night game, but unfortunately the Nuggets beat us. All right, so we are here at the trade deadline, and we are a top 5 team in the Western Conference. It does feel like there's a little bit of a drop off after the 6 seeds, so the play-in tournament teams right now, and we are currently the 4th seed with a 31-19 record. We have a good point differential, but hey, what's going to be challenging about this rebuild or just video is just because we're playing in the same conference as the Thunder and the Spurs with Wemby and how loaded some of those teams can be. We're looking here that we're seeing Luka Doncic average 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists on 49, 39, 78 splits. He has been incredible. There's LeBron, about 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists, still doing it at age 41. Austin Reeves, 16 points, 5 assists. Would like for the efficiency to be a little bit better, but as a secondary playmaker, God forbid Luka ever goes down, we do need Reeves to play a ton for us, and honestly to keep being a main contributing piece. There's Rui Hachimura, who's been solid for us under that new extension. Mark Williams is going to get paid this offseason as well. Marvin Bagley's been fine off the bench. Like I said, I just worry about the offensive unit. Or the offensive second unit, just because we don't really have like a true shot creator there. Marco Fultz has had some playing time this year because of some injuries. Oh, now Luka would re-sign with this. All right, so let's get Luka an extension done. It's going to be a lot of money. Wow, I can give him how many? Oh my God, I can give him $64 million a year. Well, I don't think I have to do that. Let's go. I mean, it's the modern NBA. Let's go $180 million over the next 3 seasons. $60 million a year for Luka Doncic. Basically a supermax contract. And we just don't have a ton of assets to make a trade right now, so I'm not going to make any moves at the 26th deadline. And Nikola Jokic wins MVP this year. Cooper Flagg in Utah is your Rookie of the Year. Dylan Harper, 6th Man of the Year in Philly because he is behind McCain and Maxey over there. Wemby, Depoy, Jarris Walker, Most Improved. All right, shout out to Jarris Walker. And Tatum is your Clutch Player of the Year. Luka Doncic does make All-NBA First Team now that he played over 65 games again. Almost 50% from the field, but 40% from 3. Averaged 9.3 rebounds, 0.7 rebounds away from being someone that averaged a 27-point triple-double this season. Does LeBron get on an All-NBA team? He does not. Damn, Tyrese Halliburton broke his left leg. That is just a gruesome injury. And we finished the year as a 5 seed. We're going up against the Denver Nuggets in round number 1. We won our round 1 matchup last year. Austin Reeves is currently dealing with a sprained right knee, and that is going to be our only injured player right now for the playoffs. We ended the year with a 3.7 point differential, better than the Denver Nuggets, but it does feel like we're a tier below the Dallas Mavericks, OKC Thunder, and San Antonio Spurs. Reeves' efficiency did kind of get worse in the second half this year, but Hachimura was a good player for us. I did move him to the bench unit where he was able to be kind of like a good shot creator for us with the second unit, but I think I'm going to put him back in the starting 5 for the playoffs. And I think we're going to value what Gary Payton and maybe Jordan Goodwin could give us defensively for the playoffs. I just really don't trust Adu Thiero there as a rookie. So I think we're going to go about 12 minutes to Payton, 12 minutes to Goodwin, 16 to Bagley's fine. We'll do 23 to Jared Vanderbilt. I got 11 more minutes to work with here. So I think I'm going to go like 38 to Luka for the playoffs. I think we're going to go about 35 to Rui, 35 to Mark Williams. I'm asking a ton out of 40-year-old LeBron James. Well, now he's 41. And I think I'm just going to play Dorian Finney-Smith 32 minutes a night until we get Austin Reeves back. And we win game 1 by 20. There we go. Jamal Murray with 30. They still have Russ. He dropped 16 and 8. What does his new contract look like? He got $20 million a year by the Nuggets. Wow. All right, game number 2. We lose Dorian Finney-Smith. That's just great. All right, let's see what the rookie Dude Hero can do. He's going to play more minutes for us. Just kidding. Austin Reeves is back. And let's see if we could win game number 2. No, we end up losing this one in overtime, 146-144. Jokic with a 40-point triple-double. Jamal Murray drops 40. Damn, Luka had 49, 17, 13, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. But it was not enough. Great game from Mark Williams, but unfortunately we did lose. We win game 3. There we go. We blow them out by 35 points. Mark Williams, LeBron, Reeves all had double-doubles, and Luka, of course, had a triple-double. He had to one-up everybody else. We take a 3-1 lead. We beat him by 15. Luka's averaging a 40-point triple-double here. And are we going to win in 5? Yes, we do. So we advance to round 2. I think last year we won in 5 in round number 1. Was it against the Dallas Mavericks? Yeah, right. Luka puts up 32, 17, and 19 in game number 5. He outdueled Jokic. Now we're taking on the Mavericks here in round number 2. It looks like they're a little bit better. I'm not sure if they're dealing with injuries. I don't know why they have Jonas Valanciunas at their center spot with Gafford and Lively off the bench. That just doesn't make any sense. Finney-Smith is going to be back. Let's go. And we're pretty much going to be at full strength for the first time here in the playoffs. Finney-Smith is going to get around 18 minutes a night off the bench. And then you got the Thunder and the Spurs, the Cavs and the Pacers, and the Celtics and the Knicks all in round number 2. We do lose to the Mavericks by 1 here by 26 points. We're trying to make it to our first conference finals with Luka, who had 8 turnovers in game 1, but we bounce back and win game 2 by 11 points. Luka with a 35-point triple-double. Game 3 goes to the Mavericks, 133-112. Kyrie with 37 and 7 against LeBron, but we win game 4, 141-136. Austin Reeves drops 31 in this one. Oh yeah, playoff riser. Austin Reeves after having a disappointing playoff run last year, and LeBron breaks his toe. LeBron broke his toe at 41 years old, and he is out for the series. So we are going to have to put Finney-Smith back in the starting 5. Oh, man, that stinks. And we do lose game 5 without LeBron. We did score 33 points in the 4th quarter, held them to 19, but we still lost. Game number 6. There we go. All right, well, that's what injuries on can do to you. LeBron James, our second best player, goes down, and Austin Reeves could not really step up as the number 2 option. Damn, yeah, he would have been out. I guess at the start of this series as well. That just sucks that we ended up losing this. Shea gets Western Conference Finals MVP and Donovan Mitchell in the East. Let's see who wins the NBA Finals. And it is going to be the OKC Thunder. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is your Finals MVP. That was an electric series as they won in 7. But I want to get to the NBA Finals. Oh my God, LeBron didn't retire. So I got LeBron for 2 more years now. That is insane. I don't know if I want LeBron for 2 more years if he's going to be making $50 million a year. We'll see what the new contract is going to look like this offseason. Can he help us out a little bit? Take the minimum. And we do not have a first-round pick here in the 2026 draft, or at least I don't think. Oh, no, we do. Okay, cool. So we do have pick 20. I think we traded away the 2028 first in the Dalton Connect trade. Next year, our first is top 4 protected. So if we really have a bad year next year, which I don't think we will, we could get the first-round pick. So keeping JJ Redick as our head coach probably every single year in this video, unless I do need to make a change. All right, so let's start this draft. I'm excited to add somebody with the 20th overall pick. I think we can get somebody good. Cameron Boozer went to Duke, staying in the state of North Carolina. He's going to go to the Charlotte Hornets. That is going to be a fun fit. I don't know who they drafted last year, but they have Connect. They have LaMelo, Brandon Miller. That is really fun. AJ Devanza goes to the Thunder. Great. Just bring all these studs here to the Western Conference, and the Thunder draft Koa Pete at 4. Knicks at 5, select Nate Ament. And we are going to select Dash Daniels, the younger brother of Dyson Daniels, but a very similar prospect to what Dyson was coming out of the G League Ignite. We're going to snag him here at 20, and hopefully could be a very good perimeter defender for us when he reaches his kind of ceiling in this league. He's 6'6", 19 years old. We're going to pick up the team option on Behringer and Adu Thero. We'll see if we can get extensions done with them this offseason. Trae Young and Isaiah Hardenstein are going to be free agents. We're going to give Christian Coloco and Mark Williams the qualifying offers. LeBron, I mean, I love having you here, but $50 million is a lot for your production. You're just not the same player you used to be. And we are going to re-sign Mark Williams to an extension, 5 years, $112 million. That is a lot of money. LeBron coming back 1 year, $50 million. We are going to bring back Jordan Goodwin on the minimum as well. All right, we are going to try to get some offense to the second unit, and I'm going to try to get Aaron Wiggins, steal him from the OKC Thunder, 3 years, $33 million, and we are going to bring the man that has saved basketball over here to LA. I want to see if I could steal Quidden Post from the Golden State Warriors, who's been a good floor spacing big this year. 3 years, $8 million. Will the Warriors match that? They do not. So we also had Quidden Post this offseason as well. So we have Mark Williams, Quidden Post, who will be the backup because Marvin Bagley, we just couldn't afford it. Well, it was like Aaron Wiggins or Marvin Bagley. I'd rather have Aaron Wiggins. Joe Behringer is going to be probably the third string center again. We have Vandy and LeBron. We have Hashimura and Wiggins because I think Finney-Smith might be out of the rotation. We'll see, though. Injuries can happen. We have Reeves, Goodwin, Dash Daniels, Amadou Thero, and then Bronny and Luka. And I'm also going to offer Trey Jones the minimum as well. So we do get Koloko back on the qualifying offer. LeBron is now regressed down to a 90. Reeves regressing at 28 is scary. Same with Hashimura regressing at 28. Luka, for some reason, is regressing as well at 27. Bronny James up to a 76 overall. Am I going to get him in the rotation this year? We'll see. So unfortunately, I can't re-sign Amadou Thero or Joanne Behringer right now. The second round pick structure in 2K, I wish could be fixed a little bit. So either going to release Christian Koloko or Trey Jones, and I think we are going to release Trey Jones before the season starts. Funny enough, like, I thought Bronny wasn't going to be here after LeBron retired, but he is developing right now. So I think Hashimura is going to run the second unit. We're going to have Wiggins out there with Reeves, Luka, LeBron, and Mark. So it's going to be Luka and Reeves in the backcourt with Wiggins at the 3. LeBron, we're going to slow down on the minutes a little bit as he is going to be 42 years old this year. We have Mark Williams getting 30 minutes a night, and then we have Rui, Finney-Smith, Vandy, Bronny James, Quidden Post, Dash Daniels. I like the depth we have, but if we don't make it to the conference finals this year, I think we got to figure out something to change in this upcoming offseason. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's there to do. We'll see if LeBron retires at the end of the year. I'm noticing there are some good free agents here. Like, could I get Julius Randle to come play for the minimum? Well, we do have 15 players. So, I mean, we could try to keep that roster spot open. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to play Koloko because I want to see what Behringer can do this year. I don't know. Does somebody want to play for the minimum here? Like, I don't know when I can ever get somebody for the minimum as I see it all the time in 2K. So we'll keep an eye on this. And we start off the year 4-2, just also checking at this again. Oh, a lot of the top guys got signed. I bet you for minimums. I don't know why I can't get them for minimums. Like, let's see where Julius Randle ended up. He signed with the Pistons for the minimum. So why can they sign players for the minimum, but I can't? That's very annoying. I guess it could make your team stack, but hey, I would like to be a part of that. As Luka's off to a good start this year. Same with Austin Reeves. Same with Aaron Wiggins. Or no, that's LeBron. But Aaron Wiggins is off to a solid start as well. All right, so I think I'm doing, I don't know. I don't think I'm doing the best job to try to maximize this window around Luka. It's just like the LeBron James $50 million cap hold for like that production isn't great. Maybe at 42, like, I'm glad I had him for 25, 26, and 27. Maybe I just let him retire at the end of the year, right? Like, I don't need LeBron for an age 43 season. Maybe for the minimum, like I said, but not for $50 million a year, because we can really have some flexibility if we didn't have that massive contract on our belt. So I think I'm going to make a trade just before the deadline to get ahead of the market, ahead of the wave. We're 18-18. We're pretty average this year. If we look at offense, though, we are number 5. I think we could look to improve defense just a little bit, but it's not bad. It's like average in the West. Luka's averaging 23 points. I think there's a bunch of guys that I could make available. Since we did get Aaron Wiggins, I think Rui Hachimura could be available for this team. I think Jared Vanderbilt could definitely be available for this team, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Also, Quidden Post not really taking threes. I don't know why, but he's been pretty good for us this year. All right, so I want to see if I could do this trade if Jordan Goodwin would waive his no-trade clause with the Spurs. Jared Vanderbilt and Jordan Goodwin for Keldon Johnson's expiring, and I get a 2030 first-round pick. They are going to say, let's counter it, and we could just swap seconds. That's fine with me. So we are going to make that trade with the San Antonio Spurs, a team, you know what, that we may go up against in the playoffs this year. They're currently having a little bit of a down year at 18-19. They're looking to improve their defense, as it is pretty bad. The Spurs have the 3rd worst defense in the league, or in the West, excuse me. So they do, I think, make a realistic trade there. Go out and get Jared Vanderbilt. They have Wemby, so they don't really care about their future first. And for us, it's just another asset that we can use, more so probably in the offseason, because I can't really find a Rui Hachimura trade that I really like. So with this deal going down, Aaron Wiggins is going to stay in the starting lineup. I think we will play, I think we're going to play Keldon Johnson just a little bit. And to be honest, I'm not sure if this team is going to win a title this year. And I do need to add a rotational player, and we're going to add Sandro here. Just on a minimum. All right, I don't think he's going to be a big part of our future, but I think he could turn into a trade asset in the offseason. So I'm going to give Keldon Johnson a 1-year extension worth around $6 million. All right, so we are in the final weeks of the 2027 NBA season. We have shot up to the 3 seed in the West, because when you got Luka Doncic, everything is going to be okay. And he won MVP this year for the 3-seeded Lakers. We went 51-31, but Luka averaged a 26-point triple-double, 1.6 steals a night. I don't think he missed a single game this year. 62% true shooting. Luka played around 38 minutes a night, and he also played in how many games this year? All 82. How about that? Yeah, we're not worried about him either smoking hookah, drinking beers. He could do whatever he wants if he's going to play all 82 games, 38 minutes a night, and be an MVP for us. So that puts Luka on all NBA first team. We are definitely not going to see LeBron James on an all NBA team. Trae Young re-signed in Atlanta, which is cool. He always leaves for like a Sacramento or a Utah. So that is nice that he stayed as an Atlanta Hawk for hopefully the rest of his career. We are the 3 seed going up. You know, I said before we could see them in the playoffs, and we are. It is going to be against the San Antonio Spurs. Jared Vanderbilt revenge series here. I wonder if their defense did improve with Vandy, because then that trade could definitely be worthwhile for them. Their defense definitely, I think, got better against the Pack, but I still think it's a little bit weak for them right now. Here were the end of the season stats as Austin Reeves. I mean, his efficiency it's like all right, 35 from 3, 42 from the field, 43 from the field, 81 from the free throw line. LeBron, it may be time to lace him up here at the end of the year. Mark Williams, 13 points, 9.7 rebounds. There's Aaron Wiggins. Maybe the efficiency could have been a little bit better, but it's just his first year in LA. I think the person that was most improved out of like this hodgepodge of guys off the bench was rookie Dash Daniels, who shot 42% from 3, played good defense, and he had like a couple of injuries this year to the knee, so I'm glad he was able to perform for us. But the lineup is definitely going to change a ton come playoff time. Dorian Finney-Smith is going to play for us, but Keldon Johnson will not be in the playoff rotation, and Adu Thiero also will not be in the playoff rotation either. So we are going to go about 15 minutes a night to Dorian Finney-Smith. We're going to go about 15 minutes a night to Quinn and Post. We're going to go 20 to Rui, 20 to Dash Daniels. Let's go about 33 to Hashimura. Let's go 38 Luka, 37 Reeves, and then we're going to hopefully unlock LeBron here, 34 minutes a night for the playoffs. Taking on the San Antonio Spurs, who do have former Arkansas Razorback teammate of Adu, Boogie Flynn there at the 1. Game number 1 does go to Wemby and the Spurs, 142 to 130. Stephon Castle, really good game here. Game number 2 is going to go to the San Antonio Spurs as well by 1 point. That hurts. So they win both of the games in LA. You hate to see that. Game number 3 does go to the Spurs. All right, wow. So they beat us by 12 in game 1. Congrats. But then they beat us by 1 in game 2 and 1 in game 3. That sucks. Game number 4. All right, we get swept. I think this is going to be the end of an LA Lakers era, more so just the LeBron James era here in LA. We just got blown out, oh my God, by 50 in game number 4. I think there's also some guys that could be on the block this offseason. I think what we're going to do with no more of LeBron on the team, we're going to have $50 million freed up there. I think Reeves and Hashimura, that could be the end of an era as well. Hashimura's been here since 24. Reeves, an undrafted beast out of Oklahoma in that 21 draft. He's been here since 2022. But I think we're going to try to get another star next to Luka. We're going to go from LeBron to a new star. Maybe I should have moved on from LeBron last year or realize it's just not the same LeBron James anymore. And I can't put like any hate on LeBron. He's 42 years old. I'm asking way too much out of a 42-year-old. I thought we had good enough complementary pieces. At least we lost to the team that won it all, and they just swept the Cavs. But damn, like even this Warriors team put up a better fight. Just getting swept. I know we lost 2 games by 1 point. But yeah, we are not going to override LeBron's retirement. I don't need him as a 43-year-old making $50 million. So thank you, LeBron. I am upset I wasn't able to get him another ring. So he does get his jersey retired by all 3 teams he's played for. And here we are at the 2027 draft lottery. Our first round pick is going to go to the Utah Jazz from the Russell Westbrook salary dump at the 23 deadline. That's going to be at pick 25. And a player I'm going to try to trade for this offseason, Zion Williamson. He's got 1 year left on his deal. He had a pretty productive season this past year. I know he's had his injury concerns, but they played him 28 minutes a night. He did appear in all 82 games this year for the first time in his career. And the Pelicans were 33 and 49. And we are going to offer up, I think, a decent offer for somebody that has 1 year left on his deal that played 28 minutes a night for them. Rui Hashimura, Keldon Johnson, Austin Reeves, and a 2030 first round pick. I'm actually going to see if I can get this deal done without Austin Reeves. Could we just do Rui, Reeves, and that Spurs pick that we got in the Jared Vanderbilt deal? They say no. Okay, so maybe they won't even do this with Keldon Johnson, but let's find out. Nope. Okay, so I was willing to throw in 1 more first round pick in 2030. If they don't do this, then it gets a little interesting, and they don't do that. Okay. I know I'm not offering the best trade in the world. I would offer up Quinn and Post, who I do like. Would that be the missing piece here? Yes, okay. That got the deal done. So I couldn't even get a counter. We had to throw in Quinn Post. So yeah, we just have 1 center under contract right now in Mark Williams, but now maybe not the best floor spacing front court, but Zion catching lobs from Luka. I think that's going to be the best possible replacement to LeBron James retiring. And we did not have any rookies from the 2025 draft. Tyron Stokes goes to the Utah Jazz with the #1 pick, and they also took Jordan Smith Jr. at 19. And with our first round pick at 25, they took Darius Adams, a combo guard out of Australia. So, Bronny James, welcome back. We'll see how he's going to perform without his dad. He actually may crack the rotation this year. I would like to re-sign Behringer and a dude, Thero, who have been here since year #1. So we are going to bring back Dorian Finney-Smith on the minimum. I'm also going to see if I can sign Carter Knox, who has pretty good, I think his deal is going to get matched, unfortunately. We'll see. Because he is restricted, but he didn't play a ton last year for the Grizzlies, but he's got that connection with a dude Thero over there at Arkansas, but I think he could be a 3-and-D piece for us. He's 22 years old. Are they going to match it, though? They don't. Okay, so we are going to get, wait, I don't have cap space. See, that's annoying. I guess I never had the cap space. That is unfortunate. I actually don't know. I might be able to sign him. Let's find out here. I don't want to renounce the rights on these guys. I just gave him a 1-year deal worth $5.7 million. Can that be like my... I don't know if it's like some type of non-taxpayer mid-level exception. Let's see. Okay, let's go. It's a 1-year deal. I kind of wanted him for multiple years, but that's fine. I'm also going to sign AJ Green to a 2-year deal worth $7.4 million. So we are going to also re-sign Joanne Behringer, 21 years old, to a 4-year deal. It is front-loaded, so it guarantees him about $16 million. I mean, you're not making $16 million in LA with the taxes, but hey, you're at least going to get nice money. I would love to have Dyson Daniels in the backcourt with Luka. To team up with his brother here, but we just can't get him right now, as we're going to get a dude Thero back on the qualifying offer. Quinton Post just somehow ended up, I'm not going to sign him, but why is he a free agent right now? I'm actually going to sign Karl Matkovic, former Pelican, teammate with Zion, who can kind of space the floor as well. A dude Thero comes back on the qualifying offer. Zion, for some reason, regresses over here in LA. Bronny James is our 4th highest overall. What? Also, so, like, we could re-sign Luka, but we're not going to do that right now, Zion. We'll see if he changes his mind throughout the year. But, yeah, this is the team. Still don't know if it's good enough to win a title in the Western Conference, but we do have Luka Doncic and Zion Williamson, which I'm very excited for. It's definitely going to be Luka at the 1, Zion at the 4, Mark Williams at the 5. Carter Knox and Aaron Wiggins are going to be the wing duo. I think I'm going to give AJ Green, who I signed, around 18 minutes off the bench. We're going to go 10 to Bronny, 10 to Dorian Finney-Smith. I'm going to go 10 to Adu Thero. I would like to go, I think, 20 minutes to Dash Daniels as like the full-on 6-man. He may even get more than that. We also had to sign Fred VanVleet and Dylan Jones for some roster spots, but I think Joanne Behringer is going to get around 15 minutes a night as the backup 5. And the last 3 minutes, I think we can go to Adu Thero to see what he can do. We are 3.5 stars under JJ Redick pace and space. We start off the year against the Suns, Kings, and Rockets. And we ended up going 2-1 against those teams. Let's just see. Yep, Zion Williamson off to a very good start here in LA. All right, so it is a new day for me now as I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with this team here at the 2028 trade deadline. Luka has been fantastic this year in his age 28 season, but how many more years are we going to get of Luka putting up those numbers? I think Zion has been a great number 2, 58% from the field, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He's going to be getting paid a lot of money very soon. Mark Williams has been pretty good for us as our center. He's up to an 89 overall. Aaron Wiggins has been fantastic this year, 40% from 3. Dash Daniels has taken a step this year. Carter Knox looks like a pretty good free agency pickup. Now, he was shooting like 39% from 3. It's been cratering a little bit. Adu Thero has been fine, pretty much as advertised, similar splits to what he has currently at Arkansas. I think Bronny James may be a trade candidate at this year's deadline. I also like Joanne Behringer as a backup big because we don't own our first round pick in 28, 29, or 2030, so it is for a little bit. I just want to see if I can get Bronny for maybe another like power forward type player. Oh, this would be perfect to get Taylor Hendricks, but I really don't want to include any first round picks in this deal. I would throw in all 3 of my seconds. I don't know if that's going to get it done. They would want Dylan Jones, who I'm okay trading, and my 2032 first, but I also get Santi Aldama, who hasn't really played for them. I mean, instead of Hendricks, could I... this is tough. Because I really don't want to move any first-round picks right now. All right, so I'm going to get Jake Laravia from the Houston Rockets, as well as Jonathan Isaac for my 2032 second, Dylan Jones, and Bronny James. So Bronny is going to H-Town. He's no longer going to be an LA Laker. And I like adding Jake Laravia to this team. And it looks like we can sign Zion now to an extension, so let's lock him up. It's going to be a 4-year deal worth around $160 million until his age 31 season. Knock on wood, but he's been healthy for us this year. We could work a Luka extension out, which is actually, you know what, I mean, he's going to be here every single year of this video. It's his video, so I'm fine getting him back. Actually, $10 million less than what he's making right now. I think we're fine with, like, I don't know, Zion and Mark Williams is still going to be TBD if that's going to work in a playoff series, but I think I would like to add, like, another high-volume scorer. I hope I'm able to bring back Jake LaRavia in the offseason. Like, I don't know if Aaron Wiggins is that guy. Is Carter Knox going to be that guy? Is Dash Daniels going to eventually develop into that guy? All right, so we ended the season with a Mark Williams injury. That was great, but at least he's able to play through it. Brandon McCoy, the next great point guard, maybe replacing De'Aaron Fox over there in Sacramento. AJ gets 6th man of the year. Wemby Depoy. Nolan Traore, most improved over there in Boston, and Scoot Clutch Player of the Year. All these awards are like in the Western Conference, which is going to make this a little bit more challenging for us. But Luka posts, I think, his best true shooting as a Laker, which is actually incorrect. It was a little bit better in 2026, maybe just because of the amount of free throws. Shout out to Paolo making it on All-NBA first team, and Yegor Demon on All-NBA third team for the Pelicans. But we also got Zion Williamson on All-NBA third team, so we have a top 5 player. We have a top 15 player. That's what I like to see. I would love for, like, Mark Williams to be a top defender in the sport if he's not going to be, like, the best play or a shooter. Jerry Jackson Jr. was always somebody I thought could be an interesting add for this team, but I don't know. We can figure out our strengths and weaknesses here against the Nuggets in the playoffs. A team with Jamal Shed and Jamal Murray, Christian Brown, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic. They moved Michael Porter Jr. to the bench with Zach LaVine. I guess he's aging. Julian Strother and Rasheer Fleming. Shout out to St. Joe's. He's been on 3 different teams so far. And we do have a minor injury to Mark Williams. At least he's day-to-day with the thigh bruise. But Jake LaRavia looks like a really solid pickup. I hope I'm able to bring him back in the offseason, but we're going to see if that is possible. And if I move him to a small forward, he actually goes up to an 84 overall, which now I'm really hoping we can bring him back. All right, so let's construct this playoff rotation. Luka definitely at the 1. I don't think I'm going to play Carter Knox at the 2. I thought about a Adu Thero, but I also thought about Dash Daniels. I think I'm going to get him in there. Behringer's definitely going to play. Honestly, I mean, AJ Green did shoot 40% from 3, which is his role, but I don't think I'm going to play him for the playoffs, even though I do think he's an underrated defender. I want to see what this core off the bench can look like. Actually, I'm going to start LaRavia over Aaron Wiggins. So Aaron Wiggins is going to be the 6th man, about 24 minutes a night. We're going to go about 17 to Thero. We're going to go 20 to Knox. And then we're going to go about, we'll do about 14 to Behringer. So I think, like, maybe the only notable guy not being in the rotation is going to be Dorian Finney-Smith. We're going to go 39 minutes to Luka. We're going to go 37 minutes to Zion. Honestly, we're going to go 25 to Dash Daniels. And we're going to go 30 to Jake LaRavia. So let's see what happens here against the Nuggets in round number 1. Last time these two teams faced in the playoffs, I forget if we played them in this video, but was that 2023 Western Conference Finals? We beat them by 4 in an electric game where Luka had 20 assists and Zion was 1 assist away from a triple-double. Game number 2 goes to the LA Lakers, 140-119. Luka and Zion, they're just going to see who can get more triple-doubles in the playoffs. Game number 3, Mark Williams is fully healthy, and we pick up a Game 3 victory by 7. Luka with 35 and 18. Dash Daniels looking like the right decision to start him. He's been off to a great start so far. And can we sweep the Nuggets? Yes, we can. We win 131-122. Our offense was off the charts in this series. Zion only played 27 minutes. I'm not sure why. I really hope he didn't get hurt. Okay, he did. Thankfully, it is just a minor injury. He's going to be healthy for round number 2 against Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs. A lot of Arkansas players playing in the series because you got Adu Thero, Carter Knox, Boogie Fland, and then also shout out Bobby Portis, who went to Arkansas as well just before the Coach Calipari era. All right, so here we go. Lakers and Spurs in the Western Conference semifinals. We beat them by 1 in game 1. Luka with the triple-double. Zion with 38. Game number 2 goes to the LA Lakers. We win 132-121. Luka with a 40-point triple-double. Game number 3 goes to the LA Lakers, and we are undefeated in the playoffs. Mark Williams drops 25 and 15. Oh, okay. So something happened in this series. It looks like Wemby got hurt in game number 2. He didn't play in game number 3. How long is Wemby going to be out for? Oh, probably going to be the rest of the series if we are going to sweep them. So let's see what happens here. Game number 4. Oh, okay. That's a little cocky by me. Boogie Fland drops 30 and 16. And oh my God, you got to be kidding me. So Wemby might be back for game number 6. I really thought we were going to put them away. And we do end up winning in game number 6. Luka drops 26 and 16. We won by 5. And Wemby actually did come back to give them a chance in that one. So we got the Jake LaRavia revenge series here in the conference finals. Ja and Jalen Green in the backcourt. They have Sabonis now. They have Naz Reid as well, Trey Mann, and former Laker himself, Dalton Connect. So you got the Raptors and the Nets over there in the ECF. Kasper Shakushonis over there in Toronto as the point guard. The Nets have Josh Giddey, G.G. Jackson. They got Jeremiah Fears off the bench. Game number 1 against Memphis, we lose 133-107. The Lakers did beat the Grizzlies in that round 1 series back in 2023, but we get blown out in the first 2 games. Damn. All right, game 3. All right, well, that might be it for us. I really thought we were going to get our first ring with Luka here by adding Zion, and Luka shoots 4 of 20 from 3 and 8 of 29 from the field. Oh my God, he'd be on the Cancun team with that stat line. Oh, we just got swept. that is just flat out disappointing. I don't get how we got swept. I thought the Spurs were a little scarier, and maybe even the Nuggets than that Grizzlies team. But Luka, 35% from the field in that sweep and 28% from three. Probably not giving me great defense. Aaron Wiggins couldn't shoot. Carter Knox couldn't shoot. Damn, that sucks, actually. So let's see who wins the 2028 finals. It's going to be between the Nets and the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies win in 6, with Ja Morant being your finals MVP. So we did get swept by the team that won it all. KD retires. I mean, he's 39. Let's bring him back for his age 40 season. DeRozan can probably call it quits. Curry, one more year. He's still a 91 overall, but it looks like Jimmy and Kawhi, these guys have regressed a ton. And also Dorian Finney-Smith, a current Laker, ended up retiring. All right, so the 2028 lottery is going to favor the Atlanta Hawks. They get the #1 pick. The Sixers get #2 via the James Harden trade. So we do not own our first round pick. That is going to go to the Hornets at 27 from the Mark Williams trade. So JJ Redick, we are going to re-sign as our head coach. I'm still looking for that first ring. So we didn't have any draft picks here in the 2028 NBA draft. These were some of the top guys in this class. So we are going to pick up the team option on Dash Daniels. I'm hoping I can bring back Jake LaRavia. We'll see. I'm going to give all 3 of these guys the qualifying offer. So I don't even know if I could bring back Jake LaRavia. We do have a mid-level exception for a decent amount of money. I thought about going after Will Riley, who is a restricted free agent, but can I afford Moravia? He wants that much money. I can't afford that. Damn. So we might have to wait a little bit to see if he would take like $11 million. I am going to renounce the rights on Fred VanVleet and Jonathan Isaac. As Devin Booker goes back to the Suns, Shaedon Sharpe is a Chicago Bull. He does stay with them. Garland back to the Cavs. And also Alex Sarr to the Memphis Grizzlies. That's definitely a shocker. Thankfully, Jake LaRavia has yet to sign, so we're going to hope that his price goes down basically like on day 10 if he hasn't signed yet. So would he take this 1-year deal? I think so. And then that would be my mid-level exception. Hopefully that would allow us to have bird rights on him next year. Please. Oh, did he sign? Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. All right. So what offer did he accept? It said he accepted another offer. So I don't see him here. Maybe we will get him, but just in case we don't get him, I do want to sign somebody. Why is Denny a shooting guard? I don't know. I don't mind getting Denny, who I think could be a fine replacement to, we can get back Max Christie. Oh yeah, I would actually like to bring back Max Christie. So let's give Max Christie like a 3-year deal. Would I rather have Christie or LaRavia is an interesting question, because I think it comes down between the two. I think Jake LaRavia I'd rather have, just because he gives us a little bit more size. I don't think I could sign both. So we were going to sign Jake LaRavia. I wish it was a longer deal. And we are going to get Thero, Makovic, and Carter Knox all back on the qualifying offers. Mark Williams regresses, which is interesting. He's still just 26 years old. All right, so I'm actually going to make this trade before the season starts. Since we do have Aaron Wiggins, and I expect to jump either from Thero, Knox, or Daniels, I'm going to trade away Aaron Wiggins in a contract year. And I'm also going to be moving AJ Green and a 2031 second for Charles Bassey to basically be the third string center behind well, I guess we have Makovic, but yeah, just adding some more center depth. And we're getting a swap best between Milwaukee and Boston this year. I just need one of those teams to be bad. And usually in 2K, like one of them will be bad later in the rebuild. So we'll see. I mean, the East is just a crapshoot every year. And with us getting Charles Bassey, I'm going to trade Karl Makovic for some more guard depth. I'm going to get Marcus Smart and a future second from the Cavs. All right, so we're here in the 2029 season. We have yet to win a title with Luka Doncic, unfortunately. It's going to be Luka. I think the 2 is going to be Dash Daniels this year. We're going to have LaRavia, Zion, and Mark Williams. I'd still like to play Behringer over Charles Bassey just to see what he can do. Thero is going to get a ton of minutes. We had to sign KJ Martin and Shake Milton to fill out some roster spots in Owen Oakley. But either way, I don't love the depth on this team. We did sacrifice a little bit of depth in the offseason. Yeah, I actually think Marcus Smart is going to get minutes this year, which is kind of scary. So yeah, the bench is going to be Thero, Knox, Behringer, and Marcus Smart. I mean, Luka's going to play a ton throughout the regular season. Same with Zion. LaRavia is going to get about 30 minutes. Daniels is going to get about 30 minutes. We can go a little bit more to Mark Williams and a little bit more to Carter Knox. So we start off the season on the road against the Suns, and we are going to win by 40 points. I mean, yeah, the depth is always going to take a hit when you don't have first-round picks. Can't believe we made it to the Western Conference Finals last year, but we couldn't win it all. Luka's off to a very good start. All right, so at the deadline, we are the 1 seed in the Western Conference. We are 34-16. We do have the second best point differential in the Western Conference and the third best in the NBA because you got the Detroit Pistons there. So we want to see if we want to be active at the deadline. Luka Doncic, like, we've been healthy this year. Guys have just had minor injuries, which is fantastic. I think I'd like to upgrade like that spot down there. Like, we can probably attach Smart and Bassey's contracts together. Now, I also wanted to see what we want to go after. Offensively, we are the best team in the West, so I guess we're trying to look to add a little bit of defense. Now, Milwaukee is 13-38. So yeah, that pick is probably going to be pretty good. I don't think I want to trade it. All right, so I'm going to try to move Charles Bassey, Marcus Smart, and we could try 1 second. Actually, we'll try 2 seconds. For Peyton Pritchard, who's under a fantastic contract from the Sacramento Kings, they may want a first in this deal. Ooh, they're coming back with 2 firsts. All right. I mean, I think I would give up a first for Peyton Pritchard. They would want my 2031 first. I get Bones Highland, who's kind of irrelevant. But yeah, Peyton Pritchard has been very good this year for the Kings, and he's under contract for the next 3 years. And we get him, I think he'll have at least 2 more good years. So we are going to trade a first round pick there. I'm trying to maximize this window with Luka. So I think for the bench, we're going to look at this and probably play Carter Knox a little bit less minutes per game. He can get like 15. I mean, Peyton Pritchard, he's not going to play like a ton just because we do have Luka Doncic, so there's really no need for him to play a ton, but he's going to get like 17 minutes a night. Adou Thero has been pretty good for us. It's just he's not the best shooter in the world. Dash Daniels is shooting 38% from 3. Moravia, man, maybe I should have signed Max Christie. I don't know. I need you to be better in the second half. Or I think we bring back some old friends. We are going to reroute Bones Highland and Jake Moravia to the Washington Wizards for Dalton Connect, who we drafted back in the 24 draft. We traded him for Mark Williams. And then also AJ Green, who we did trade last offseason, but it's just going to be some insurance, I think a little bit more reliable with his shot than Bones Highland. So let's do this. And then Dash Daniels is 6'6", Adou Thero is 6'8". So I think I'm going to start Adou at the 3. And then we're definitely going to get Dalton Connect some minutes. He's going to get like 20 minutes a night off the bench. And we can actually have the bench be a little bit deeper. Like, Behringer's been fine. Like, Carter Knox is going to play. And then, yeah, we can give, like, AJ Green 7 minutes a night. But if somebody goes down, I love having this 10-man rotation again because something like that could happen. All right, so Wemby wins MVP here in 2029. I was hoping we could maybe get a Luka MVP this season. Drake Powell looks really good coming off the bench there in Cleveland. Tyron Stokes looks like a stud, former #1 overall pick, breaking out there for the Utah Jazz. Cade, coach or clutch player of the year. JJ Redick, coach of the year. All right, there we go. So Luka dealing with a heel injury. He also sprained his MCL and was out for a little bit, so he missed some time this year, but put up MVP numbers. That is insane. 66% true shooting. I thought he was going to get on it. AJ Debanza, I guess, finally starting there in OKC. We do get Zion Williamson on an All-NBA second team. This has been a good duo, but can it win a ring? And we are the 1 seed here in the Western Conference. We're taking on the Phoenix Suns in round number 1, who have Devin Booker as their point guard. Jace Richardson out of Michigan State, developed very well. Brandon Boston, Bryson Tiller, Kyle Filipowski, and then you have Walker Kessler, Isaiah Harwell, and Bronny James made it to the team that maybe thought about drafting him back in the 2024 draft, the Phoenix Suns. This team is really good. It's fully healthy right now, outside of like a Luka day-to-day injury. But I'm hoping this could be the team to win it all. If it's not, I don't know what I'll do. All right, so this is what the rotation is going to be. Doncic, Daniels, Connect. I'm going with Daniels and Connect to have a little bit of 3 and D. We got Zion there at the 4, Mark Williams at the 5, bench of Thero, Pritchard, Knox, and Behringer. Let's see how far this team can go. Okay, Luka fully healthy. That's what I'm talking about. Round 1 ended pretty well for us. We ended up gentlemen sweeping the Phoenix Suns, and we are advancing to round number 2 to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. All right, so we're taking on Minnesota. Rob Dillingham, freaking stud now. You got Ant McDaniels, Asa Newell, Robert Williams, DeAndre Hunter, Coleman Hawkins, AJ Mitchell. That's a good bench. They could definitely beat us. Carter Knox, sore back. He's day-to-day. We're down 2 games to 1, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are up 3 games to 2. Can we pause it? Yes, we can. Oh, this isn't good, man. This isn't good. All right, so the last game we blew them out at least in game 5. So backs against the wall, game 6. This is just to go to the Western Conference Finals, not even the NBA Finals. We got to win on the road. We got to beat the Ant-Man, and we get outscored by 17 in the second. We're down by 14. We need a miraculous comeback right now, and that's just not going to happen. That second quarter destroyed us. We lose 128-116, and another first-round exit. Or, excuse me, another, like, non-NBA Finals exit for the LA Lakers. Luka, man, you're killing me in some of these games. You really are. You're supposed to be this top scorer. The Magic and the Thunder are playing each other in the NBA Finals. So the team that kind of convincingly beat us in 6, lost in 6 to the Thunder, and the Thunder end up winning the Finals in 5, with SGA becoming your Finals MVP. So Kevin Durant retires on the Miami Heat. Steph retires on the Warriors. I'm probably going to let all these guys end up retiring. Yeah, they've regressed a ton. Marcus Smart ended up retiring. Fred VanVleet retired as an LA Laker. Steph and KD head to the Hall of Fame. Draft lottery now. We could get a top pick in this draft. We are projected the 3rd overall pick from the Milwaukee Bucks, and it ends up dropping to 5. But hey, we get a top 5 pick in this draft. The Mavericks have our pick at 28 from the Luka trade. Now I'm starting to question, is JJ Redick the right guy for the job? But I believe so. And yeah, we definitely have some questions to ask this offseason. The number 1 pick looks like it's going to be Preston Caldwell out of Duke. I mean, he's 6'11". Do we think he could be a center? Because then we could try to offer the Pacers a haul to get the number 1 overall pick. I do have some assets I would not mind throwing in. Now, the number 1 pick makes a lot of money as well. I thought, like, I keep going back and forth if I think Mark Williams is like the spot we should try to upgrade. Seems to be regressing because if he's not going to be like a top defender, I wonder if we could look elsewhere. Like if I offered Peyton Pritchard and pick 5 for number 1, would they do this? I think I'm going to do this. Peyton Pritchard's on a good contract, but he's backing up Luka, so it's not like I need him that much. So let's see, would they do this? They say no, actually. I would have to throw in something else. I mean, I could just theoretically trade Mark Williams for number 1. Mark Williams and number 5 for number 1 if I wanted to do that, but that's kind of a lot. I mean, how good is this guy out of Purdue? Is he, let's see, he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. What's his ceiling? Jerry Lucas. I mean, he's 6'11", so I'm not really worried about locking him into the 4 spot. All right, let's say, I don't know, this is kind of risky because we don't, like, we have 90 million locked up between Luka and Zion. Like, I'm trying to think if there's another trade out there for Mark Williams this offseason, but you know what? I think I'm going to look to trade. Well, let me actually do 2 things here. We're going to go up to the Pacers again. I'm going to offer you Peyton Pritchard. I'm going to offer you, instead of like trying to keep Mark Williams right now, and I'll give you my 2032 first. Like, were we that close to getting this deal done? We were not. Okay, so instead of Peyton Pritchard, I will offer Mark Williams and number 5 to move up to number 1. Because at least, like, he might not be as good as Mark Williams over the next 2 years, but the last 2 years, it'll be nice having somebody making, like, $20 million. But then he'll cost a pretty penny. They say no. All right, so why did this pick have to drop to 5, man? It's a haul to get number 1. I think I'm better off holding on to that pick right now or just seeing the market for Peyton Pritchard in 5. All right, so we are going to make this trade with the Charlotte Hornets, another deal with them. I'm going to be sending them Peyton Pritchard and pick 5 for a future first-round pick and Con Knipple, who got drafted by the Thunder, then traded, or I don't know if he signed. See, I wish I could find this out because I believe I should get restricted rights on him next year, but no way the 4th year would be $15 million. So actually, I may hold off on this because I don't want to run the risk that I don't have bird rights on him and I lose him for nothing. You know what? I think I'm going to do the risk if I can get number 1 because I feel like this guy is going to be really good. So let's trade Mark Williams. Could I throw in a first with Mark Williams to get this deal done? Yes. All right. So we just traded for the number 1 overall pick in the 2029 or 2030 draft. We're taking Preston Caldwell, a 6'11" big out of Purdue here with the number 1 overall pick. And yeah, he's much better than everybody else in this class. I could have hoped to get one of these guys at 15. Like Jeb Sykes could be pretty good out of Australia, but I'm glad we got, I think, like I don't know about generational, but a franchise-changing talent. I'm actually going to pick up this team option on Patterson because it could be used in a trade, but Daniels is going to be coming back. Hopefully, I can afford all my free agents, Knox and Thero. We want to bring both them back. Apparently, I don't have bird rights on Knox, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, let's bring back a do Thero. Could I maybe walk him into, I'll pay him a little bit more up front, and then it's going to go down every year for the next couple seasons. So, yeah, we want to keep discussions open with AJ Green and Carter Knox. I'm also going to offer Naz Reid a 3-year deal worth $44 million. Welcome to LA, Naz Reid. And we are going to be trading Peyton Pritchard and Don Patterson to the Nets for AJ Mitchell. AJ Mitchell is 27. Pritchard is 31. It's a no-brainer for us. And Mitchell's under contract for the next 3 years. So right now, we have about 9 guys that I think are all rotational guys. I'm hoping to bring back Carter Knox as well. We're going to be signing Mo Wagner to a 1-year deal, and I also want to offer Carter Knox a 3-year deal to come back. We get Aaron Nesmith on the minimum, and welcome back Carter Knox, and I also get Toumani Camara on the minimum. Also, is Cooper Flag unrestricted? That is crazy. I wish I had a max spot, but I do not. I would love to have Cooper Flag on the team. What are we doing, Utah? Getting Dyson Daniels would be cool as well, but we can't afford him. All right, so looking at play progression, Luka regresses at 90 or at 90 years old. At 294, at 30 years old, Zion goes up. Adou Thero goes up. He's been a very good pick for us, and maybe he's gonna like 2nd round pick. Shout out to just the Lakers finding these guys. Don't connect 45% from 3 there is Caldwell. I'm excited to see what he can do at already just 19 years old. This is very good depth right now. And we are going to re-sign Dash Daniels to a 4-year extension, which we're going to pay him some money up front, so that is going to go down every year. Behringer, that's not a bad price for like a backup big. So let's give him 3 years, 30 million on an extension as well. Trying to beat the market on these guys. All right, so this is going to be the team this year. I'm trying to figure out if I want to maybe mess around with these minutes. I think we may do something like this. So yeah, it's going to be Luka, Thero, Connect, Zion, and Caldwell in the starting 5. Really intrigued to see how he performs. We have Daniels, Behringer, Mitchell, Reed, and Knox off the bench. We have Nesmith, Kamara, Wagner, and we did have to pick up Don Barlow, not Dominic Barlow, as some depth. And we lose to the team that beat us to start off the year. JJ, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. I don't know if I got to blame you, but I got to blame somebody out there. All right, so we have 2 nice games in a row. Adou Thero gets hurt, sadly. How is Caldwell looking out of the gate? All right. So us being 26 and 24 at the deadline, I don't get it. I really don't. Like, we still have one of the best offenses. It's the defense right now. And I guess Mark Williams was anchoring this defense better than I thought. But Luka's still putting up MVP caliber numbers. Zion's, I guess, offense has gone down a little bit this year. Maybe just because other guys are getting their touches. But Adu Thero, come on, man. How do you forget how to shoot? AJ Mitchell's been really efficient. I think I may move him to the shooting guard position and start him. Like, Connect, I mean, his field goal percentage is down. The three-point percentage is still really good. Caldwell's been a good rookie. Maybe not like maybe it's just our rebounding isn't great right now. I do think we're going to make some type of move right now at the deadline. So I think first order of business, I'm going to make AJ Mitchell a shooting guard. His backup position will be a point guard, and he's going to replace Adu Thero in the starting lineup. All right, I want to see if I can move Carter Knox and Aaron Nesmith to the Bulls for this, I forget his first name, but it's Krivas over at Arizona right now. And Farron Ortez, they say no. Most I could throw is a second rounder. Come on. Unless you prefer Tumani Kamara. Okay, there we go. So it's things shutting away Tumani because he was not bad for us. But we get, I think, an upgrade there at the center spot. And we're going to probably move Caldwell to the bench. And Daniels is going to start at the 3, AJ Mitchell at the 2. So Wemby wins another MVP here in 2030. Samuel Jackson, shout out Nick Fury, is your Rookie of the Year. Yegor Demon, 6th Man of the Year in San Antonio. For some reason, after these numbers did not get re-signed by the Pelicans. Wemby Depoy, Isaiah Evans, Most Improved. Jace Richardson is your Clutch Player of the Year. Wow, he leaves Phoenix. I mean, he was really good in Phoenix. I don't know why they didn't want to re-sign him. So we did get Luka Doncic on All-NBA First Team. He did break his leg this year. It's funny because, like, 2K is the only place where you can break your leg and only miss 7 games. No Zion on an All-NBA team this year, and we actually finished as the 3 seed. So at least after the deadline, we had a better end to the year. We went 49-33. I mean, the West still feels like it's wide open. I mean, Adu Thero, I just don't know why his shot was so bad this year. I just can't really trust him that much in the playoffs. So I think for the playoffs, it's going to be Luka at the 1. It's going to be AJ Mitchell at the 2. I think Dash Daniels gives me a little 3-and-D there at the 3. Did Zion get hurt? Don't tell me Zion got hurt. No, okay, he's fine. Zion at the 4. Krivas at the 5. Thero's going to get like 18 minutes a night in the playoffs. 23 to connect. That's probably good. We're going to go 18 to Naz Reid. Behringer can get 15. I'm going to go about 20 to Caldwell. So we are going to run, I guess, a decent bench here in the playoffs. Let's go 38 to Luka. Honestly, I do want to find a way to get, I think, Zion some more minutes. So we're going to go, yeah, 33 to Zion. We're going to ride the bench a little bit. We're taking on the Mavericks in round number 1. They have Lively, Clowney, Dunn, Sanford, and they do have Kyrie Irving still. They do have Anthony Davis, but he has regressed a ton or is injured. Let's see what happens here. Luka against his former team. Zion is fully healthy. We are going to go down 2-1, and we go to a Game 7. But thankfully, we do prevail. We beat him by 3 in Game 7. Anthony Davis did play in this game, and we are going to advance to round number 2 after getting eliminated in, I think, round 1 last year, right? Or round 2. I think it was round 2. Either way, we advance. Dash, you're killing me, man. Why are you forgetting how to shoot in the playoffs? Caldwell looks really good. It just doesn't look like he's like a great rebounder at the moment. So we're taking on the Blazers. Scoot, Darren Peterson, Kuminga. Oh my God, they got Chet. I tried getting Chet for a while. I mean, maybe we can get Chet still, but we'll see what happens here. We do beat them. Oh my God, but at what cost? Luka Doncic tears his right MCL, and he's out for the playoffs. It would be hilarious if we won it all with Luka hurt, but what the heck, man? That is just so unfortunate. So Thero has been better in the playoffs. I think we're going to go Mitchell, Thero, Daniels. I mean, this is why you have depth, but I don't know how to compensate for losing Luka Doncic for the rest of the playoffs. So Caldwell's going to get like 27 minutes a night. Zion, this is your team now. 38 minutes to you. Let's go 30 to Krivas. Let's go about 20. I don't even know how I want to do this. 30 to Mitchell, 28 to Thero. We'll go 31 to Dash, and we're going to hope that we can somehow upset. Oh my God, man. The Pelicans were up 3-1. They did pick up Cooper Flag, but it would have been cool Zion going up against his old team. But nope, we got to take on the OKC Thunder, who came back down 3-1. They don't have Chet, but they have a really good team either way. Game number 1, we ended up winning, all right, without Luka by 8. Adu Thero, 21-11, I see you. You got Chicago and Boston over in the ECF. We do lose game 2 by 15. So we split them in LA. We go down 2-1. We got to split them in OKC here. Dash drops 30 in game 3. Game 4 goes to OKC. So unless we could pull like a reverse, or like what they did in round number 2, we're going to get sent home in the conference finals. We actually forced it game 7. Oh, but we lost. Oh, we got blown out by 33 points. So we didn't have Luka. The Celtics win it all. They beat the Thunder, and Jason Tatum is your finals MVP. So another year, no ring for this Lakers team. I can't believe Luka got hurt. We've seen the Knicks win, Thunder, Spurs, Grizzlies, Thunder again, and the Celtics. We haven't even been to an NBA Finals. There goes Joel Embiid. He retires. I assume he's going to the Hall of Fame, right? Yeah. Draft lottery, the Raptors via the Knicks get the #1 overall pick. We do have to give the Pelicans our first rounder at 24. All right, I'm going to be making a trade. We are going to be sending Zion Williamson. Yep, with the emergence of Caldwell, we're going to send him in a 2034 first for Amen Thompson. We got to improve this defense. And Amen Thompson is going to be our starting point guard, and we're going to change things up. We are going to change Luka Doncic's position, I think, to, he's best suited as a small forward. He's probably going to be a shooting guard, though, in the lineup next year. And I hate trading away future firsts, but we're starting to get at a desperate point. Ortiz is going to come back. He was in a trade last year. Chet is actually a free agent. I'll give Barlow the qualifying offer. So going here into free agency, like, we have depth. We have Krivas and Berenger. We have Caldwell and Reed. We have Amen, Luka, plenty of twos. And I guess, like, no true point guard now with AJ Mitchell being a 2, but we're going to change some of these guys around. And I'm going to sign Ochai Agbaji to a 2-year deal. We're going to sign Jordan Poole to a minimum contract and Dembona to a minimum as well. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to change, I think, Amen Thompson to the point guard spot. He does go down to an 88, but that's fine. And Chet Holmgren re-signs with the Blazers. Cameron Boozer re-signs with the Charlotte Hornets. All right, so taking a look here at player progression, Caldwell already up to an 88. His emergence felt like we could move on from Zion Williamson. And just because it could be a trade asset, we're going to re-sign Dalton Connect to a 3-year deal. All right, so let's take a look here at the rotation. We're going to have Amen, Thero, probably not. I worry about that floor spacing. So it's going to be Men and Dash, which is really good defensively. Luke at the 3, Caldwell and Krivas at the front court spots. I think Krivas and Berenger are both going to get like 24 minutes a night because I honestly kind of want to see Berenger play that much this year. So yeah, they're going to be like kind of like the Gafford Lively thing. I think Thero can get about 20 minutes a night. Same with maybe similar to Connect, but let's just go 10 minutes to Naz Reid because I want to play Caldwell a ton. AJ could play a decent amount as well. Him and Connect can get about 18 minutes a night. So I think we can go 28 to Dash. Let's just go 35 to Amen Thompson, 29 to Caldwell. See how this team can do this year. If we do lose, I think before the conference finals, I may have to let go of JJ Redick, which I don't want to do. So I hope we can win. All right, so at the deadline, we are the 1 seed in the Western Conference. So something is working right now with a 10.4 point differential. We're on a 9-game winning streak. All right, so it looks like the defense has gotten better this year. We still have the best offense. That's not been a surprise. We've had the best offense like every single year of this. Shout out to that Clippers team. It's so different now. But we have a top 3 defense in the West, which is great to see, which means I don't think I'm going to make a trade. I thought about maybe moving Naz Reid. That can more so happen in the offseason. Adu Thero, I think, could be a potential trade piece in the offseason as well. But I think we're going to roll with what we got right now. I don't think we have any pending free agents. Caldwell is taking that step here in year number 2. Maybe he's going to be like a Triple J type player. We'll see. Either way, Dash Daniels is taking a little bit of a leap offensively. Amen Thompson's giving me 12, 7, and 7. That is fine as long as you're giving me elite defense. So yeah, I'm not going to make any trades here at the 2031 deadline. We can re-up Luka on a new 3-year extension. Let's just do that. Make him a Laker for life. That's what this video is for. So Victor Wembanyama ends up winning MVP this season. John L. Davis is your Rookie of the Year for the OKC Thunder. Speaking of, well, that would be Arkansas, not Arizona, if that's the John L. Davis I'm thinking of that's currently there. Damn, Wemby's going to be here for at least the start of the playoffs. Luka does make All-NBA first team, no longer as a point guard, still averaging 9.6 assists a night as a 32-year-old. We didn't get an Amen Thompson on an all-defensive team. I was hoping for that this year. So we ended the year as the 3 seed. Damn, a little bit of a disappointing second half. We're going up against the Timberwolves, who signed AJ DeBanza. Are you kidding me? Why did the Thunder bring him back? Oh my God. And AJ McDaniels and Şengün with this guy, Jeremiah Prophet, off the bench, looks pretty good. Jeremiah Robinson Earl, DeAndre Hunter. Oh my God, are we really about to be another round 1 exit? We did finish with the best point differential in the NBA by like a decent margin. So looking here at the stats, Luka was our leading scorer, followed by Preston Caldwell, who looked pretty good this year for sure as a 21-year-old. Dash Daniels had his best year of his career. Amen Thompson, I think, was a good point guard for us, averaged 7 assists a night. AJ Mitchell, as efficient as he always is. Adu Thero was way better this year than he was last year. There's Joe and Berenger, who him and Krivas kind of going back and forth. I think I may start Krivas for the playoffs. So for the playoffs, I actually don't think I'm going to play Naz Reid. I know it's weird, but I think we're going to not play him at least for round number 1. We're going to go, think about 18 minutes a night to Berenger. We can play Thero probably around like 16, 17. I just don't trust the shot. Connect can get about 18. We're going to go 22 to AJ Mitchell. So that's what the bench is going to look like for the playoffs. Krivas is going to get 30 minutes. That's his actual name. That's why I'm calling him that. Caldwell, 33 minutes a night. Luka, 37. Amen, 30. 5, and we'll go 30 to Daniels. Yeah, that's fine with me. We're taking on Minnesota. Here we go. Game number 1 goes to LA, 139-105. Good games from Luka, Caldwell, and Amen. That is like our new big 3. We do beat the Timberwolves by 22 here. The Rockets did not make the play-in tournament with Zion. Game number 3 goes to the Lakers. All right, we win 131-124. AJ dropped 50. Caldwell dropped 27, though. Amen with the triple-double. And can we beat them? Yes, we can. We actually sweep them to take on the Dallas Mavericks, who, I forget if we beat them last year or we lost to them. Either way, Duthero probably getting traded in the offseason, man. I don't know what happened to his shot. He's an 87 overall somehow. We're taking on the Mavericks. Do they have, like, 35-year-old or 40-year-old Anthony Davis? No. He might have retired or he's not on the team anymore. But they got a fun backcourt. Kyrie ain't what he used to be, but still a good player. They got Jason Richardson at the 2. Liam McNeely at the 3. Can we advance to the conference finals? Caldwell, injury, could play through it. And we win in 6. Let's go. We are playing back in the Western Conference Finals. I feel as good as ever. Dash Daniels breaking out as a true offensive beast for us. Taking on Sacramento. Brandon McCoy and Dylan Harper is dirty. Dirty in the backcourt. Amen and Edie is dirty in the front court. They have some former non-lottery picks playing. Branham, Jaden Hardy, and Tristan Del Silva. Can the Lakers beat the Kings to go to the NBA Finals? We can. Oh, I jinxed it. Okay, I thought we just advanced, but we're up 3-1. Okay, didn't jinx it. Luka goes to his first NBA Finals with the LA Lakers. We win in 5. We're taking on our old friend Peyton Pritchard of the Brooklyn Nets, who's an efficiency god. Also averaging 8 assists in the playoffs. Santi Aldama's there. Cameron Holmes. I feel like we should beat this team. They do have some injuries, though. Josh Giddey tore his left tricep. He's out for the playoffs. I guess that is their only main injury right now. And in the Western Conference Finals, Luka was incredible. Obviously getting Conference Finals MVP, but Preston Caldwell breaking on the scene, already a 90 overall. Can we beat the Nets? Game 1 goes to the Lakers. Game 2 goes to the Lakers. Game 3 goes to the Lakers. Let's go, man. As long as we don't blow a 3-0 lead, we are getting Luka and JJ Redick their first rings with the Lakers. We have a terrible second quarter, so I don't think we're sweeping them. Yeah, we're going to have to go to Game 5, which is fine because we're at home. We can win in front of the home crowd of LA. We get off to a very good start, outscoring them by 12 in the first, outscore them by 9 in the second, by 1 in the third, and we are going to be winning the 2031 NBA Finals. It took us a minute. AJ Mitchell in this game had 8 points. He was the net, yeah, that I think we traded for with Peyton Pritchard. It seems like it worked out for both teams. Amen Thompson, 13, 7, and 8 in this game. I actually almost traded for his brother. Oh, God. Why is Luka our center right now? Either way, Cameron Holmes just posterized Luka in garbage time here of Game 5. Luka's got 20. 8 and 11. So yeah, he's got like a bigger defender on him. Let's see. Oh, we got him in the air. Oh, he's too shifty, Luka. How do you miss that? What? They got Hugo Gonzalez on their team. He's going to kick it over to this Crosby guy. I mean, AJ Mitchell's got to guard him. He's a lot taller than him. He'd go right at me and he's going to make it. They're trying to check back in Santi Aldama and Peyton Pritchard, thinking they're going to, you know what, come back down from 20 points here in the final 2 minutes. So no way this center can stay with Luka, right, in a floppy set. Yeah, no way. He actually kind of did. Okay. Well, I wanted a pump fake there. Oh, a Duthero got him in the air. Oh, I kind of wanted to kick that out to Luka. But hey, we finally scored in this game. Puts us back up by 19. Luka operating out of the pick and roll. Let's take a 40-foot 3. Why not? So yeah, I was just messing around a little bit as Luka ends up getting Finals MVP for the Lakers. We beat the Nets in 5. Kyrie Irving does retire. So does Anthony Davis, who spent the final year with the Memphis Grizzlies. There goes Domantas Sabonis and Miles Turner as well, 2 former Pacers. Tibbs retires, and AD and Kyrie, 2 former Mavericks and only 1 former Laker there, end up making it to the Hall of Fame. We do have to give Sacramento our first round pick at number 30. I forget what trade that was from. I feel like I've traded so many firsts. All right, so I'm going to start off this offseason by trading away Naz Reid to the Detroit Pistons for Desmond Bane, who's got 1 year left on his deal. He's a good shooter. He's probably going to regress a ton. Might not even be in the rotation, but I'm getting a first round pick out of it. But the reason we are doing that is to actually repackage him. I didn't think I was going to get offered this, but I'm going to do it. A Duthero, who has been here almost pretty much from the beginning. 6 years here, second round pick. He peaked in that 29 season. I'm trading him and Desmond Bane. Bane is going back to the team that drafted him, the Memphis Grizzlies. We're getting Radu Philemon, a former 11th overall pick who hasn't really panned out, but I'm getting Dyson Daniels, who's not very good offensively, but I think we could fix him. He's not going to be playing in a major role. He's 28 years old, making a little bit of money, a little bit too much, but we can maybe try to get him on a new cheap deal if his play is going to be this diminished. But I'm pairing him up with his brother Dash, which I think is just really cool. Now I just got to get the other Thompson twin to have 2 sets of brothers on the team. And we're going to be making this trade with the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, I want it all, and I am wheeling and dealing this offseason. I'm trading away Dalton Connect, who is 30 years old now. I'm also trading away Krivas, the last year of his deal, for Luka to pair up with his old buddy there in Dallas, his center, Derek Lively, at 27 years old, and also get AJ Johnson. Not on a bad deal either for the next 2 years. And I made all those trades without having to give up a first-round pick. Are you proud of me right there? So Homer Newton goes to the Rockets. Looks pretty good with the #1 overall pick. Preston Caldwell is going to get a new extension very soon. I think next offseason. All right, so here is the free agency class of, what are we in, 2031. We have a little bit of money to spend. I mean, I'm not going to get anybody too crazy. So I'm going to sign Rui Hachimura. Welcome back here to the Lakers. I forget what he was in the... let's see. He was traded to New Orleans. Yeah, so he was in the Zion Williamson trade, I believe, with Austin Reeves. We're bringing back a Dembona, and we're bringing in Danny Wolf. So play progression, Luka is regressing. He's going to be 33 years old this year, but this could be Preston Caldwell's team very soon. All right, so looking at the team this year, I think we're going to have a 9-man rotation. We can give AJ Johnson 10 minutes a night. Behringer 18. Let's go about 17 to AJ Mitchell. Dyson Daniels can get about 20 minutes a night. 30 to Lively. Let's go 34 to Preston Caldwell. We're going to go 35 to Luka. We're going to go 30 to Dash. And we're going to go about 36 to Amen Thompson. So you know what? I got 10 more minutes. Who would I rather give these 10 minutes to? We could see what Danny Wolf can do here off the bench. Under JJ Redick, who's now an NBA championship winning head coach. 4-star pace and space. We start off the season with a win against the Warriors. All right, so Tyron Stokes ends up winning MVP. We saw him break out a few years ago, and then a few years later, he ends up winning MVP. JaVale McGee's son, Antonio McGee, wins Rookie of the Year. Jeremiah Prophet is your 6th man of the year. Do we take home a coach? Nope. That is going to go to Chris Finch over there in Brooklyn. Shout out to UNC's Drake Powell turning into an All-NBA first-team guy. Luka Doncic does make All-NBA second team as a 33-year-old, still putting up some great numbers here as a Laker. And we finished as a 3 seed here in the Western Conference, going up against the Sacramento Kings in round number 1. They have Bam Adebayo at the 4. Trying to remember who their power forward was last year, but I remember they did have a good front court with Edie and somebody else because they had a good backcourt with Brandon McCoy and Dylan Harper. So Preston Caldwell. I want to say Dylan Caldwell, who I believe is a center at Auburn, but he was really good this year as a 22-year-old. Dash Daniels has, I guess, turned better into the better Daniels, but I think we bought into Dyson at the right time. He was much better for us this year. We also did work out a 3-year extension with AJ Mitchell. And also shout out to AJ Johnson this year, who averaged 11 points per game. I think for the playoffs, it was going to come down between Wolf or Johnson, but I think I'm going to value Wolf a little bit more. So I'm going to give him about 14 minutes a night. We're going to go about 17 to Mitchell. We'll do about 2, and now we're going to go 16 to Behringer, because we're going to go 32 to Derek Lively. Dash is going to be a starter over his brother Dyson. Dyson's going to get like 22 minutes a night. Let's go 36 to Caldwell. Let's go 38 to Luka. Let's go about 38 to Amen Thompson, and then we're going to go about 27 to Dash Daniels. We'll actually go 28 there. So, Kings, Lakers, we did play them, I believe, in the Western Conference Finals last year. Let's see if we're able to beat them and advance to round number 2, and I guess that's a finals hangover. All right, losing to the 6-seeded Kings. Really? After winning it all last year, we get bounced in round number 1 to a 6 seed. I mean, that's a good 6 seed, but Amen Thompson, what are we doing? 38% from the field? That can't play. Dash, what are we doing? 38% from the field. That also can't play. And then Dyson, 30% from the field. The Dyson vacuum could not get it done. And yeah, we get eliminated in round number 1. The MVP, Tyron Stokes, goes down in round number 2. And then you have the son of Gilbert Arenas, Elijah, going up against Brandon McCoy in the finals. And the Kings win in 7. So their first ring in quite some time. We had nobody going to the Hall of Fame this year. Not a lot of notable retirements. The Pacers are getting our pick at 24 from the Preston Caldwell trade. So I think in hindsight, I'm definitely okay with that deal going down. As long as JJ Redick didn't retire, we are going to bring him back as our head coach. And we aren't going to draft anybody here. The number 1 pick is Anthony Kerr. I don't know if he's related to Steve Kerr. Probably. No, definitely not. You never know, though. 7'1" center out of Oregon, I guess, is going to replace Nikola Jokic just fine. We're going to pick up the team options on both of these big men. VJ Edgecombe had a concussion. His season was cut short. 7-year Wizard. He is going to be a free agent. I'm going to sign Jared Butler and Bol Bol on 1-year deals, as Rui, O'Shea, and Dembona are going to be gone. Not sure if I should panic and make a move, but maybe I shouldn't have broken up like Dalton Connect and those guys last offseason. Yeah, like these guys are about to get extensions. I think like Caldwell's going to get a ton of money, but Daniels should get like 15 million less than what he's making right now. And Edgecombe does go back to the Wizards on a massive 5-year, $278 million contract. All right, so Luka 33, he regresses down to a 93. It's going to be Preston Caldwell's team, I'd like to think, going forward. And before the offseason is over, I do want to see what some of the contract extensions are going to look like for some of the top guys. So Caldwell, not that bad. Let's just lock him in 4 years, 160, and that is fine with me. He will be underpaid eventually. Amen, that is a little bit of a discount. I will take that. I mean, he's going to be making 12 million less per year than what he's making right now. Dyson, that's a little bit much for me. I will lock you in. Could I do, we'll do 23 mil a year. I think that's fine. Hey, that's still going to be saving us 10 million a year. And the rotation is probably going to be similar to what it was last year. The 2033 season was just cursed with injuries. So I don't know if this team is just getting older. I don't know if 2K said, yeah, you basically sold your soul for that one ring. But everybody like got hurt this year. We didn't get Luka Doncic on an All-NBA team. We actually didn't get anybody on any of these teams, which is kind of sad. And last year we were the 3 seed going up against the 6 seed. This year we're in the other spot. We are the 6 seed going up against the 3 seed, and that's Wemby and the Spurs. And unfortunately, we did lose Dash Daniels pretty much on the last game of the year. He broke his left leg, so I don't know when he's going to be out, but he was incredible yet again. Just another elite shooting year for him, actually the best of his career. Dyson wasn't as good as last year, but I still think is a good player. There's Lively. Luka putting up 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists as a 34-year-old. Amen Thompson, pretty good stuff. I don't know what his future is going to hold on this team, but Preston Caldwell is the guy right now. I also re-signed Joe and Behringer and AJ Johnson on some new extensions. So game number 1 against the Spurs, we end up losing this one 126-117. Okay. Amen Thompson dropped 27. Game number 2 goes to the Spurs. Game number 3 goes to the Spurs. And game number 4, oh, are we going to get gentlemen swept? Nope. We actually forced a game 6, and we ended up losing in 6. I don't really know if this was all on Dash Daniels being hurt. But, I mean, Amen was fine. Luka was fine. Preston kind of struggled in this series against Wemby. Dyson, man, you could not hit a shot to save your life. Yeah, losing Dash Daniels really affected us. So, it's kind of a shame. I thought I was going to be competing for titles every single year. We're watching the Mavericks and the Knicks in the NBA Finals, and the Mavericks end up sweeping them. This Jamal McKnight guy is your Finals MVP. There goes Cat. He retires as a 37-year-old. You know what? He's still in 90 overall, and he's got another year. I pressed start instead of A. Damn it, I was supposed to override his retirement. Oh, that's on me. And he's going to be going to the Hall of Fame. He does get his jersey retired by the Knicks and by the Timberwolves, the 2 teams he played for in his career. Lottery time, we don't have a random first-round pick. I lied to you guys, straight to your face. We actually do have a random first-round pick. It's there at 24. We also own our first-round pick at 21. So the number 1 overall pick was Jeff Sanders, a 6'11 center out of UCLA, going to the Miami Heat. We got Bo Perdue, a 6'7 wing out of Virginia at 21. And Dalen Boeheim, 6'3 guard out of Baylor. I feel like he should be from Syracuse. We're going to pick up this option on Radu. Darren Peterson, Chris Sinak, and Anton Kozlov all are going to be free agents here in the 2033 free agency class. We do have Don Barlow. I know like Danny Wolf is a potential free agent. I'm also going to try to sign Johnny Furphy, former Kansas Jayhawk, 3 years, $16 million. He's coming off a pretty good year with the Toronto Raptors, where he's been in the league for way more than 5 years, but he spent some time in the G League. And unfortunately, Danny Wolf did get signed there by the New York Knicks, so we can't sign him. All right, so player progression, Caldwell, maybe he's peaking at a 93. Luka does go down to a 92. He's going to be 35 years old this year. And trying to figure out what the lineup is going to look like here in 2034. Like, it's going to be Amen, Dash, Luka, Caldwell, Lively, with Dyson, Behringer, Mitchell, and Furphy off the bench. That's good. All right, so we are finishing up the 2034 season with a 51-31 record. We are noticing the regression to Luka Doncic, and thank God I got that first ring. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He has the monster second to last game of the year. And Preston Caldwell tears his MCL. He's out for the playoffs. Oh my God, I can't win. Such a monster year. Oh my God, we really can't win. This sucks. This really does suck. Oh my God. All right, well, we ended the year as the 5 seed. We got the Denver Nuggets in round 1, but we're without our best player now. Oh, this sucks so much. All right, so let's look at the standings here. 51-31. We finished with a 7.7 point differential. Felt good about this team. Like, Dash Daniels is really good. I think I may have to trade his brother, though, because Dyson, not really as good as an efficiency standpoint. There's Derek Lively as the starting center. He's now 30 years old. Joe and Behringer is probably going to have to be the 4. I mean, Luka, yeah, you could see the little bit of aggression, but hopefully we can get, like, a sick run from the 35-year-old in the playoffs. I mean, we can go with the men and Dash. Luka at the 3. Do we have any better options? Not really at the backup power forward spot. All right, so I think Behringer is going to play that. He can't really shoot, so I think we're screwed. We'll go 30 to Lively. We are going to play Dyson, definitely less minutes per game. AJ Johnson's going to get like 10 minutes a night. Johnny Furphy this year hit his threes. He's going to play at least a decent amount of minutes. Same with AJ Mitchell. And then Amen Thompson, you're going to get 36 minutes here in the playoffs. He's 31 now, geez. Luka, 36. Let's see what you got. Dash can get 35. We'll go a little bit more to Berenger. And Lively, all right, taking on the Denver Nuggets, who still have Nikola Jokic, but he's actually coming off the bench because they drafted Anthony Kerr, that stud out of Oregon. Native Ment, Caleb Holt, Kyan Anthony, Cannon Carlisle. They have a good team. Jordan Smith Jr. off the bench, Jaden Hardy, Trayvon Brazile, Arkansas legend, Daniel Gafford. So Gafford versus Luka and Lively. We do win game 1 by 18 points. Just without Preston Caldwell kind of sucks. Like, I don't know what the ceiling is for this team in the playoffs. We do lose game 2 by 11. The son of Carmelo Anthony dropping 28. Luka dropping 27. Game number 3, we do end up winning this game. Dyson Daniels, just kidding, why'd I say that? Dash Daniels, that would make more sense, drops 35. I also gave Luka a 3-year extension, he was eligible, so I was like, why not bring him back? All right, we're up 3-1 against the Nuggets, and we do lose game 5 by 7. Cayenne goes off. Amen has a great game. Dash has a good game. Can we win in 6? Nope, we are going to a game 7. Don't make me lose my best player just to blow a 3-1 lead. And we do. All right. This video is cursed. I mean, thank God. Like I said, I got that 1 ring. But is that going to be it? Is that going to be it of the Lakers Luka legacy? Which kind of sucks because I thought we were going to win a bunch of rings here in Luka's career. Damn, Dash really elevated himself as a playoff riser in his age 27 season. Like, he's not going anywhere. I mean, Amen Thompson was so good. So good. Like, what is the weakness of this team? I mean, Johnny Furphy couldn't hit a shot. Maybe I got to improve the bench. It just sucks I lost my best player for the playoffs. And then you have 2 big market teams, the Nets and the Kings in the NBA Finals, and the Nets win in 7, with Gilbert Arenas' son, Elijah, getting Finals MVP. So here we are in the 2034 offseason. Lakers legend Taylor Horton-Tucker is retiring, and Giannis is going into the Hall of Fame. He gets his jersey retired by the Bucks. Only team he ever played with, so that is pretty cool. Let's up that salary cap, why not? And here we are at the 2034 lottery. Let's see who ends up getting number 1. It is the Blazers. Pacers at 2. Timberwolves at 3. The Rockets own our pick at 24. All right, so what do we want to do this offseason? I'm not too sure. So I'm actually going to make this trade with the Golden State Warriors, an in-division trade. We're sending them Derek Lively. Lucas signed off on it. He's okay with it. Bo Purdue and Dalen Boeheim, 2 former first-round picks. For Jamal Winston, Jameis's son. And then we're also going to get Benjamin Webb, so he's going to be our new center. I'm going to tell him to stop taking threes, and I think him and Caldwell could be pretty good for us. Shout out Woj, who's from St. Bonaventure, and he's under contract at least for another year. And the number 1 overall pick in this draft was Max Aldridge. It's kind of cool to see somebody with the last name Aldridge back there in Portland. Team player options, we got none. I mean, I don't know if I should run this team back. I mean, I did make a massive trade, so it's not like we're running the team back, but I did lose. Oh, wow, we could sign Jalen Brunson at 37. We did lose our best player for the playoffs. All right, I'm going to sign this Omer guy. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. We're bringing in Ousmane Dieng, JT Toppin, and Ron Holland. JT Toppin killing it at Texas Tech. I have no idea if this guy is good. He's never played before, but we're getting him overseas. I wish I could see his like overseas stats. 3 years, 16 million. And then I should be able to get at least 1 more center. Oh, wow. Could I get Walker Kessler on the minimum? That'd be cool. If not, I will also sign DeAndre Ayton. And then we have Radu probably coming back on the qualifying offer. All right, we're going to sign Walker Kessler. That's kind of a big pickup as a backup 5. And then I'm going to be trading Dyson Daniels. Dash signed it off. And AJ Mitchell, who's been very good for us for the last 5 years, but I think he's about to regress. For Ryan Rupert, who probably won't crack the rotation, but just depth. But we're getting Con Knipple in a contract year. He's just been super efficient since being drafted by Charlotte, then went to Detroit, then's been back in Charlotte. He's going to be a very good wing for us. As AJ DeBantic goes to the Dallas Mavericks and he leaves the Minnesota Timberwolves for them. And we get Philman back on the QO. Here is player progression with Amen Thompson and Luka Doncic regressing. All right, I'm going to try to move Amen Thompson. I'm kind of changing up the vibe here. Radu Philman and Jamal Winston for Reed Shepard, who's got 3 years left on his deal. That I think I may try to flip, but I'm getting Jesse Burks. This is the main prize from this deal, and they're going to say no. They really want this Omer guy. I would flip AJ Johnson for Nick Smith Jr. Would you do that? I do not want to give up this Omer guy so soon. I'll swap first, and then, yeah, they're just going to ask for that. What about if I throw in a 2nd-round pick? They are not interested in that. I don't really, like, I'm debating getting, like, this Jesse Burks guy straight up for Could we do that for Amen Thompson? Let's see. Like if we did Thompson for Burke, Smith, and a first, I don't think they're going to do that. Wow, they really want this Omer guy. I mean, maybe he's good. Like, do I capitalize on that value right now? Like, could I do Amen Thompson for Malik Thomas? They say no. Could I also throw in Jamal Winston? And they say no. I would throw in, I guess, one other guy that I signed this offseason, like JT Toppin. Boom. There we go. All right. So we trade Amen Thompson for Malik Thomas. I think that means we're going to move Luka back to the 1. And let's see what the team is going to look like this season. So Luka, Malik, Knipple, Caldwell, Webb. Perfect. I think Daniels is going to come off the bench, but he's going to play a ton. I think Omer and Furphy can get the same amount of minutes. I think Behringer could be the backup 5. We'll go something like this. Caldwell can get 35. We'll go 30 to Knipple. I'm going to go 30 to Luka. I'm going to find Malik Thomas some more minutes. I don't really need to play any of these other guys. Like, I mean, Kessler can get a little bit of playing time. Injuries are going to happen either way, so guys will end up playing more. But I like what we got right now. And maybe Amen and Luka wasn't the best fit in the world. All right, so AJ leaves for the Mavericks and wins MVP. I don't know how many Luka... I can't even remember if Luka's gotten one in this video, so maybe he has more in Dallas than Luka does. You're welcome, Mavericks fans. So Preston Caldwell, going to be healthy for the playoffs. He's a 94 overall. I do not regret that trade whatsoever. He ends up on All-NBA second team this year. And this Omer guy, All-Rookie first team, I thought that was a defensive team. I mean, he's 28 years old. How much better is he going to get? I'm not sure. We are the 3 seed. We're going up against another purple team, the Sacramento Kings, in round 1. We finished with an 8.2 point differential, 54 wins. But it's been kind of the luck of the draw for the Lakers. Knipple has his worst year in a while and then tears his ACL. Are we cursed? I don't know. Behringer was fine this year as a backup big. Pretty good. He strained his hip. And Malik Thomas is currently banged up, but is going to be able to play at least in round 1. So yeah, it actually does suck that we lost Khan for the playoffs. So it's going to be Luka Dash at the 3. How tall is he? 6'6"? Yeah, he's going to be at the 3. We're going to get Malik Thomas there at the 2. Like, we had to play Ron Holland, Ousmane Dieng towards the end of the year. I think Ousmane probably should move his position from a center somewhere else. So Johnny Furphy, really good shooter for us this year. He's going to be the 6th man. I guess we'll go double big off the bench with Behringer and Kessler getting like 15 minutes a night. I mean, I don't love that, but I don't know if I trust Ron Holland in the playoffs right now. So for the starting 5, it's going to be 35 to Luka, 35 to Malik Thomas. We're actually going to change this up. Honestly, Walker Kessler, you can get about 7 minutes a night. Oh, and Omer is going to get like 16 minutes a night. Luka 36, Malik 37, Dash 35, Caldwell 37. Let's go 34 to Webb. And let's go, or 32 to Webb, and let's go a little bit more to Furphy. All right, that's the top 6. Let's see how far we can go. We win game 1, 98-91. Johnny Furphy, 3 of 10 from the field. Good job. We do win game 2, 122-96. Malik Thomas, welcome to the LA Lakers. 28 points for him. And we win game 3. All right, by 17. No con, no problem, maybe. Malik Thomas drops 35. And we lose game 4. We win game 5. All right, I was like, are we going to blow a 3-0 lead? Caldwell drops 28. He was terrible in round 1. I don't know why, but hey, a win is a win. And now we're taking on the team that beat us in round number 1 last year, the Nuggets, who have Halliburton, Cayenne, JT Snow, Native Men, Anthony Kerr, still have Jokic off the bench, who is now 40. Oh my God, shout out to Jokic. I thought he didn't love basketball. Hey, he's playing until he's 40. We do lose by 18 in game 1. Like, this Anthony Kerr guy is like just as good, if not better, than Preston Caldwell right now. Preston, please, to have a good game for once. We do win game 2. There we go. There we go. He heard me. 26-8. Triple-double for Luka. He still has it. Man, that's really good efficiency. Luka is 36. Game number 3 goes to the LA Lakers. 137-119. 27 for Malik. 26 for Preston. Let's win game 4, please. Let's go. We take a 3-1 lead. 145-121. And we are 1 game away from going to the conference finals. And we win in 5. Makes me think last year we could have made a run if Caldwell didn't get hurt. But we are in the conference finals to take on the Dallas Mavericks. How poetic is that? Luka versus his old team. But we have a new big 3 of Thomas, Caldwell. And shout out to Dash Daniels, man. He has really progressed in his late 20s. Taking on the Mavericks, who have Mark Wembanyama, not Victor. They have Jace Richardson from Michigan State, a bucket. AJ DeBanta, maybe the best player in the NBA. And just Ace Bailey off the bench. Shaden Sharp off the bench. Sure, why not? All right, and you got the Sixers and the Nets over there in the ECF. We do lose game 1, 145-107, unfortunately. Damn, Caldwell, what the heck is that? All right, game number 2 goes to the Mavericks. We lost by 16. Come on, Caldwell, please. Game number 3. Oh, my God, we lose by 4 at home. All right, I guess that's it for us. Lee Thomas has been good. I mean, Caldwell's just not been, like, as good as I thought he could be. And we got swept. That is so embarrassing. Ugh, what are you going to do? We also just lost Luka He pulled a lower back muscle. When did he get hurt? Well, I guess I have it on auto-generated, like, resign the rotation. Wow, he was terrible in game 1. He was much better in game 2. Game 3, he played 9 minutes, so he got hurt in game 3. Damn. I will say, man, the Western Conference is a gauntlet as the Mavericks win in 7. And we lose to the team that, or the Mavs, yeah, 1-7. AJ puts up 41, 19, and 8 in game 7. Oh my God, what a performance. That is crazy. So there goes Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, DeAndre Ayton from the 2018 draft class. Luka, we're still good on. All right, just double checking because he had that injury. He does not retire. Some notable head coaches retire. And from the 2018 draft class, Trae Young heads to the Hall of Fame. He gets his jersey retired by the Hawks. Jalen Brunson from the 2018 draft class 2 retires. So we ended up drafting Albert Peterson here at 28. Not a bad player, a 6'8 forward out of Ohio State. And Bob Miles there in the second round. He is 6'5 as a guard. Dario Zagorac, probably butchered that name. Sorry if you're Slovenian. Zagorac. He is a 6'6 small forward, number 1 overall. Last time Detroit took a foreign player in the top 2, back in 04, didn't work out. Wow, even with the torn ACL, Khan opts out of his player option. If I don't have bird rights on him, I'm going to be a little annoyed. I think we will. Okay, there we go. And we are going to bring him back 5 years, $121 million. And we are going to bring in, bring back Ousmane Dieng and bring in Onyeka Okongwu. And then we're also going to sign, I think, AJ Storr, who's currently playing at Kansas. Kansas fans, probably not a big fan of him, though, at the moment. Elijah Arenas leaves Brooklyn to go back to the team that drafted him, the Miami Heat. Tyron Stokes goes back to the Utah Jazz. So Luka's starting to regress. He's down to an 85 overall. And I'm going to sign Preston Caldwell, and I also re-sign Benjamin Webb before the season starts. And I do need to cut somebody before the season starts. I think it's going to be Bob Miles, my second rounder. So I do believe that Khan is going to start the season hurt, which honestly, I think the depth is fine. I mean, at full strength, I think we could win it all. I think with Khan, we win it all last year, but we didn't have Khan. All right, so AJ DeBenta wins another MVP this year. Anton Kozlov, Rookie of the Year. Davion Thompson wins 6th man. No awards for the Lakers. And Preston Caldwell ends up on All-NBA second team this year. The dude is a beast. Somebody that, like, this year, though, I think this video is cursed. I do, because Contention broke his leg this year, and I think sprained ankle. He ended up getting hurt. He is healthy now, but we did lose Dash Daniels for the season. Yep, one of the most important players on this team, one of the most important connecting pieces we got. Broke his right ankle. He's out 8 to 10 weeks. I mean, 2K system, like, maybe he'd be back in the finals because it's weird and they come back quicker, but I'm not getting my hopes up. So that means for the playoffs, it's going to be Luka, Thomas, Knipple, Caldwell, Webb. AJ Storr this year actually wasn't that bad. He's going to get around, like, 17 minutes a night. Berenger is going to get around 15 minutes. We'll do 18 minutes a night. We'll do 30 to Webb, 36 to Caldwell. We're going to do 28 to Knipple. We'll do 30 to Knipple. Why not? Actually, why is Luka not playing that much? I mean, Luka, he's just a shell of what he used to be, which is kind of sad at this point. Omer, the Turkish wing, I mean, it's like a Duthiaro 2.0, it seems like, with that efficiency. Let's go about 23 to Johnny Furphy. He's a knockdown shooter. And then let's do 33 to Luka, 36 to Malik Thomas, 32 to Khan. We're taking on the Phoenix Suns in round 1. We did end up making the 2 seed, so we're taking on a playing tournament team. But the Mavericks, man, they're so good. We're taking on a Suns team that has Jasper Johnson. I thought that said Michael Jordan. Milan from Iowa State. Nathan Solomon looks like an absolute stud. 6th overall pick back in 2028. Let's see what happens here. Can we beat the Suns? Or, oh my God, don't lose to a 7th seed. Oh my God, Luka gets hurt. You gotta be kidding me. Tell me we're gonna lose game 7. Oh my God, we actually won. Okay, Caldwell drops 35 and 10. Huge game from him. 5 blocks from Webb. I started Omer, and he actually balled out. All right, we will take that. We're taking on the Golden State Warriors in round number 2. Jason Crow. They got this Rubens guy with some crazy hair. They have Cody Williams as well. Let's see if we can beat them in advance to the conference finals. Okay, so we're going to a game 7, and we just got Luka back. So let's see what happens here. How did game 6 go? We won by 3. As Caldwell dropped 26. So here we go, game 7 against the Warriors. I didn't see if it was the Mavericks or a different team in the conference finals. We have a good first quarter, a good second quarter, but we barely have any bit of a lead. We're up by 11 with 8 minutes to go, and we are not going to blow it. We dropped 145 on them. Caldwell with 26, Webb with 12 rebounds, Khan at 18, and we're taking on the Nuggets in the conference finals. Okay. Anthony Kerr's so good. Jokic, I guess, retired or is not there anymore. Nets Sixers again. I feel like that's been a sick rivalry over there. Kareem Lopez, Moses Moody, Jalen Duren involved in this game. That Sixers team is kind of stacked. All right, here we go. Taking on the Nuggets. Can we go to the finals? Behringer's knee, he can play through it. Come on. Oh my God, we got demolished in game 1. The fact that we don't have to play the Mavericks, though, I feel like this is our chance. We win by 1 in game 2. Preston Caldwell. Show that you can be a top 3 player in the league. And we lose game 3 by 11. I mean, Caldwell's doing all he can right now. Malik Thomas, I need you to be better. And we go down 3-1. All right, 3-2. Can we force a game 7? Please. Can we force a game 7? Nope, we lose in 6. Kai Anthony's your conference finals MVP. Who knows, though? If I had Dash Daniels, maybe we would have done something. But we lose again in the conference finals. Nets, Nuggets, NBA finals. The Nets win in 7. With Jamal McKnight, a 6'2 guard at a Duke, as your finals MVP. And there goes Nikola Jokic. He does retire. And there goes Luka. But we're doing one more year. We're going to... Oh, no! 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 Oh, God. All right. That's an L on me. I meant to press A, and I pressed start, and I... Oh, my God. I was going to override his retirement. All right. So, he retires. Onyeka Okongwu retires. I can't believe I just got 1 ring with Luka. I feel like we were cursed with all these injuries. We sold our soul for the Hall of Famer. Do we retire his jersey number? We do. At least we got that ring. When was it? All the way back in 2031. Which I guess you could say is an L by me. You can let me know what you guys thought about the rebuild down below. Thank you if you did watch this long one. If you did enjoy, I'd appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. And if you're still watching, I'm sure you are subscribed, but hit that button if you are not. And let me know down below also, like, what long rebuild do you guys want to see next? Do you want to see like a super long Wemby rebuild? Do you want to see like a super long Cooper Flag rebuild or AJ DeBanza rebuild? Let me know down below. Drop a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.